So this is me in the morning. I went ahead and had just hopped out the shower, and instead of just starting the recording when I was starting on my hair, I figured I would just let y'all go ahead and get ready with me. There is Zeus, my Doberman in the background. I was just I had already washed my face, and I was going ahead and rubbing my face down with some micellar water and just basically trying to decide what was I going to do with my hair overall. So then I'm going in with my Hawaiian Alba Botanica Hawaiian pineapple wash. I like it. It's exfoliating. It smells bright. I've used it for a few years now. It's one of my favorite face washes. And I'm just gonna scrub my face with the brush. And I've got soap everywhere, so I can't really see, but that's just gonna come along. I have a headband that I would usually use in this scenario that I did not put on. I have a couple headbands made for this scenario that I did not use, and as you can see, I'm just trying to get through the process. It's probably 6 o'clock at this time. It might be 5:30. So I was doing this before work, and I'm just going in with a serum that I like by a brand that I like. I believe that one is Andalou Natural. It just feels really good. It dries down. It's not greasy at all. I like both. I like the products that I've tried in that purple range. Purple. So I'm gonna keep going with my products. And that is a MediClean serum, the bubble pink. I've been using that for a couple months now, and I've grown fond of it. It dries down pretty well. It's super light, and it doesn't make my skin feel dry. I typically don't use it alone or as like the first thing that I put on my face. I prefer the Andalou Natural serum. And then that's the overnight mask of the same product line, but I like it, so sometimes I use it in the morning. Well, a lot of times I use it in the morning, and I might use it at night, or I might use a different overnight mask. It's very moisturizing, and it's not heavy in my opinion, so it just dries right in, and it just keeps my skin super smooth feeling. And I was just trying to check my hair because it felt like it was drying faster than usual, and I was planning on blow drying, and so I was just feeling that out. And so that's a Medicube. Did I say MediClean earlier? Medicube. So that's my bad. This is another brand from Medicube, and it's like a little jelly collagen. I always use that last, no matter how, if I just do one or two. I usually do it last because the way it lays on, it's like a top layer almost. I feel like it helps just seal everything in the same way it would if it were like an oil. It's not oily because it dries down. Like when you lay it on your face, It can be a little shiny, but it dries down and it's not the same as an oil, but it feels very slick. I prefer that to be like my last layer over any serum. So the first two were serums, and then I laid on a cream, and then there was that little jelly hydrating collagen cream that I put last. And so here I am, I'm prepping my hair for blow dry, because at this time it looks like I've decided to do the flat iron. I want to try to do roller sets, but the last few times I've tried, I have not done well. So I was thinking up until that point, which one would I do, which is why I was concerned about how wet or dry my hair was. I've been trying to do the wet roller sets, but because of the timing and potentially how long, like depending on how I roll it, I know I may have to spend more time on the dryer, and because it was work, I did not do that. And so I'm just combing through it right now. Just for awareness, I did already spray in my leave-in conditioner, the Afoji vitamin spray leave-in conditioner. I use the Dew leave-in conditioner, and then there is a I want to say it might be a little African Pride little or cream. I will comment what it was. There's another spray little leave-in that's a little heavier, but my hair prefers that as well. So I've already flat ironed the first side, and as you can see, I'm just going to go through and do the second side. I don't think I recorded it, but typically what I just do is hold it. I might comb through a little, but I don't like to comb through too much. I just like to hit the roots, hold it out, and get it dry. So this is where I'm at on that. As you can see, the top already looked a little dry. Usually I don't. And I don't have the extension piece that I would use on the blow dryer. I've been thinking of getting that Rev-Air, cut down that time, and like stretch my hair while drying. It might be something that I'll get this year. So I'm just showing you kind of how I will typically flat iron my hair. I mean dry my hair. I usually just do that. I don't like to comb it a whole bunch, especially early on. I'll just hold it there, and it works. It's just less manipulation. I'll comb it out though. I will comb it. Okay, so looks like I fast forwarded through it. I thought I would, through the blow dry. So now side number 2 is done. And what I'll do is I will start on this side. So I typically part my hair into 4s when I flat iron. And I'll do the back of one side, and then the front of that side. And then I will go to the other side, and then I'll do back and front. I prefer clips to a hairband because I can pull hair out and put it in a little easier. So I'm just prepping my hair as I see fit. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I stand corrected. I'm prepping my hair to go through it with the little comb. I did this the last time I flat ironed my hair, because this would be my second or third time using this product. I've had it in my cabinet for a while. I pulled it out and decided I actually like it. See, I have another hot comb, the one with the like metal all the way through, that I would typically use, but this one does the job that I would expect it to do. It's interesting how you have to hold it though, but I like it. I think it does the job of combing through the hair. Really, I'm looking to get to the roots, not the ends, if I'm being honest. I have it doesn't look it, but it's, while it's not the thickest, my hair just doesn't, like something like this is not going to straighten my hair. It does get it straighter, but my hair doesn't respond well to something like this, in regards to like how some people use this tool and then their hair is straight, and their hair might look like mine when it's wet, but when my hair blow dries out, it's very thick, and usually it'll take a flat iron to get it straighter. So I'm also going ahead and using a black pencil to fill my eyebrow in a little bit. I did mention it's before work, so typically I will do my hair first, and then I usually tie it up, or it would already be tied up from overnight, and then I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, get ready, shower, and then do makeup. But because I was waiting for, like, I think I had just plugged the flat iron in, and it only needs like 1 minute or less or something like that to warm up. But here, bear with me, because what I usually do is I just connect the lines from where the thickest part is to the point. I just prefer a fuller look, so I don't really change my shape. I just fill it in from the thickest part of my eye to where the point is, and that's just my preferred look. I used to do it differently and really keep exactly the shape, and it's like it's got a little arch in there, so it's thick and then it goes like thinner, which is okay. I mean, that's my natural shape, but I like a little thickness. I already have fine hairs, and so it's my preference. So, oh, that's my dog, excuse me. That was the dog who's actually sitting behind me, my Malinois AJ. She's here with me. She sits underneath me. Okay, so I'm finishing up that. I will go in and clean it up a bit. I mean, it actually wasn't excessively messy or anything. I don't spend a lot of time doing makeup. That is I want to say that's like Wet n Wild's tinted skin moisturizer that I'm using. It blends out well. I like the neutral undertone, and it's not heavy, because I don't like a heavy coverage. A heavy coverage will wipe me out quick, and I don't find a lot of shades that match my like neutral undertone. They're usually either too warm or like too olive, or just, you know, it's a variety of things. And so that I think that's what that is, because it'll blend out into my skin well. Unless, that is, I did buy a new concealer, which I typically don't use concealer, but I was staying at the store and I ended up grabbing what I thought, oh, I think I see it in my hand. Yeah, that's the Wet n Wild. It blends out pretty seamlessly into my skin. and it's light. It says it's a tinted moisturizer. So what I used is literally, I grabbed a little bit and then I put it on my eyebrows, pop a little under my eye, and then I'll do it near my chin area, just like a dab. I make it spread out. It's super thin, almost like a moisturizer. Like, I know the name says tinted skin moisturizer, but it feels like it. It's very like almost liquidy, and a little goes a long way. You see, like, I take one drop and spread it all over my face because it's so liquidy, but it's very, very what is the word? Translucent. It's not, you can definitely see through it. If you want it to hide a mark, which I think I'll try to hide that mark on my forehead later. It's not the ideal product for something like that. I think you can, I mean, you can put it over, but it's not really meant for that heavy duty coverage. It's just to, like, I use it because what I like is a even skin tone, just across my face, and it does the job for that. So that's why, and it's super, super cheap. I've spent a lot of money on foundations, and I've just never loved one. I'll say I have a face that, while I like foundation because I like to have an even skin tone, it will wipe me out. Like, most are just too heavy. I don't like the heavy foundation at all. I just prefer a look in which I have blended my tone into one tone. So maybe my forehead and like near my chin is not maybe looking a little more brown, so I like to blend it all to match that same tone. You see how, like, it looks like my arm or it looks like my chest. It blends out really, really well. So it looks like I'm done now. And so here I am prepping for my flat iron. So I've done both sides of my hair with the comb, and I'm gonna go in with the flat iron. So now here's where I'm going to put it into 4 sections, and I'll start on the back. I always start in the back. So sometimes I'll either hold my hair with my mouth, or I'll use like a clip. Sometimes the mouth is easier. And that is the new flat iron I got not long ago. Before that, I was using the Ion Magnesium, which I really, really like, and I'll probably get a new one. But I've had it for a long time, and I saw that Babyless on sale. Oh, it looks like I am holding it with my hair. I mean my mouth. Yeah, because sometimes it can be easier than me pinning and unpinning, pinning and unpinning. I just like to grab a piece and then let it go. It doesn't take me that long at all to go through my hair once it's blow dried. And to be quite honest, it doesn't take that long to blow dry my hair either. I put 2 heat protectors on my hair because one of the leave-ins were a heat protector. Also, after I finished up, I did go ahead and dust my ends. I usually take care of that myself. Sometimes I go to a salon, but overall, every few months or so, It depends how often I keep up with it. I will go through and take some off the ends. I have learned that in addition to protein treatments, in addition to deep conditionings, reconstructors in between a protein treatment, just in understanding what your hair likes, and wrapping my hair personally is a big one. I get a lot of dry hair when it's not wrapped, no matter if it's straight or curly. It gets super dry and wants to break. I have low porosity hair, so I have to work very hard to get my hair moisturized, which is why I put that additional leave-in that I was saying that I had used. I've just learned what I like and what my hair likes. And my goal, I had started slacking on my hair care routine last year, but I've been picking it up the last few months. So my goal is just to take care of my hair and for it to be fruitful and be abundant like my life. So I'm going to just keep going on throughout my hair. I'll do the front side of the same side next. And that's pretty much how it goes for me. I do try to get through most of it with one pass, which typically I'm able. But there are certain times where I feel like I want to get the root a little better if I don't think I grabbed it properly. And so, see how quickly, I think I got done in like just a couple minutes. Really, the longest part is like deep conditioning. On this side, I did a bigger chunk of hair at one time. I don't even really like part my hair any perfect which way. I guess I did a little better that time, huh? If you see, when I start getting to the top front, it's not even anymore. And that's because when I said I wasn't taking great care of my hair, I started wearing a lot of ponytails last year. I stopped flat ironing for like a few months straight, and I found a product that I really like that holds my hair into place so well. But the problem is that I think it's a little drying, and also it's like I had my hair in the same ponytail at the same place over and over and over and over. And so that front on both sides, it's in the same place. It's kind of begin breaking. So I've been really intentional about being more gentle with that area and slowing my roll on the ponytails. I love them. I love ponytails. I love ponytails. But I'm not a fan of having breakage. I haven't had that like in a very long time, years, since like I haven't had like any weird differences outside of needing to get my ends cut or getting split ends, depending on how I was taking care of my hair. But it's actually shorter in the front because of ponytails, because I pull it back. Yeah, in that area. You can't really, I guess, see it because it's mixed into looks like that's the last pass I'm gonna make on this side of my hair. So yeah, now I'm done, and I had rolled up the other side of my hair while I was doing the second side. Also, I did trim the ends before I rolled it up. I don't put braids in my hair anymore. And I haven't worn like weave in my hair in a long time, because when I had my first baby, I wasn't informed that your hair was very delicate, and I had box braids in my hair at the time, and like a couple of my braids in the front pulled out like from the root, and my edges have been working on growing back ever since. I have to speak life into them and put oils and stimulate it and all the things. And so I have not put a braid in my hair ever since then, and I used to wear them all the time. I know it was because of the hormones, but I can't bring myself to do it anymore. If you have ever felt the loss of extreme hair loss, it's just hard to do the same thing that caused it. So it looks like I'm putting up the flat iron. I usually, speaking of which, that little knot I rolled my hair in, that's my preferred like method. So at night I'll put it in a knot. It might be on the top if I want, or I could put it on the side. It kind of like forms itself into like a loose wave. So usually it'll be overnight where it can like hold, right? It's like a heatless curl method that I just prefer to do as opposed to a wrap, which I used to wrap my hair when it was when it was shorter, but I just don't prefer it now. And I prefer some texture of some sort. So yeah, so I finished up with the flat iron. I wrapped my little hair into a knot, and then now I'm just putting on some mascara. If you can see, I've got a little curl back there I did not get, which I think that's what I was noticing. I was noticing that. It'll be okay. I don't typically fret about stuff like that. What I like about me is like my imperfections. My hair doesn't need to be everything in place. I like a wave. I like life. That's a little blush. That I like. There's two colors. One is like a little lighter than the other, but really it just has like little pigments in there. It almost works like a highlighter and a brush. Not a highlighter, yeah, highlighter and a blush. And it looks like I'm trying to try out the new concealer I bought. And to be honest, it was okay. I'm not a huge fan of concealer. I don't like too much under my eye. And I felt like the tone of this one was just a little more yellow than what I prefer. I prefer that neutral. You see, oh yeah, I see I just covered up that little mark using the concealer. Which I could have left it. It wasn't bothering me. So I'm just patting it in what I added. I like that blush because it blends in well. So you have to put a lot more on for it to kind of be bold, but it shimmers on your face. It adds dimension in there and some depth, and it has like different pink undertone shimmers. Even like a little, like, I don't know, it blends in well. And so I'm using this brown matte lipstick to basically like line my lips, which I've become a fan of this method here. I have a lip mask on underneath it because if I wear matte lipstick for days in a row, it's very drying. So what I do, because I like matte lipstick, is I have some lip mask I use underneath it, and then I'll just use the brown liner to technically where the brown is, because my lips have brown on them already. And then I just kind of smack right a little bit, and I just blend it in. And I'm adding a little pink because that second one was like a khaki color, which I'm not a huge fan of, which is why I have so much of it. And I saw that I had a lot, so I was trying to see if I would like it, but I wasn't feeling it, so I went ahead and added a little bit of like a pink on top of it. And I think I'm gonna still keep working with it because I'm still not 100% feeling that color mix. The good thing is that it should like stay on all day. I still don't love it. Am I gonna still? And I actually added that pink to my cheek, and I'm gonna blend that in. So apparently I must have felt like my I could use a little more depth and color in the pink. And you still can't see it, but I told you I like really light, very light makeup. I don't like anything heavy, even in the slightest. I don't like heavy makeup. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna just leave that lipstick alone now. I wear mascara. I love mascara. Probably my favorite. I like mascara, I like lip gloss, and then I like eyebrow pencils. Those are my favorite. So I think I'm gonna just stop there. And so there I am. I've gotten dressed and I'm showing you what I was wearing, just for the sake of showing you, I suppose. And I'm gonna just unravel my little hair. Okay, I'm ready for the day. So because I did not sleep in it overnight, I did not sit under a dryer, it doesn't have much, but if you notice, it has a little bit of like a tiny crinkle that it wouldn't have had otherwise. It just would have been super straight. Thanks for taking the time to watch me get dressed and ready for work. Have a great day. I love you. Bye.